fell in love with this cabin. She had it disassembled and shipped over to the States. They brought it up to Big Bear on a wagon, loaded it out on a barge, and reassembled it out on the island. And it still has the original rice paper on the interior walls. Oh, hi, Captain John.
Hey, Captain. Nice pirate ship.
Yeah, I'll trade you a pirate ship for your island. Deal? Up at the top of their covered walkway is their cookhouse. They have a dining room, 4 bedrooms on the island. When the Garstons owned the cabins, they had a butler. His cabin had a window that came out over the water. In the early morning hours, he'd cast a fishing line out his window, catch breakfast for the family, have it prepared for them when they got up in the morning. And Tom Mix, the famous cowboy from back in Gene Autry days, the black and white cowboy flicks. The Mix family. You can see the high water mark here on the rocks. The lake's down 2.5 feet from the top of the dam today. Some of these rocks drop off into deep water. Good place to jump in off of some of them, but you do need to be careful. You need to know where you're landing.
Jump, 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 jump.
There we go. All right.
Somersault.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! That must have hurt. Whoa!
Yeah, this is one of those projects where I think every kid that's grown up in the valleys climbed up there at least once and tried to roll that thing off. And once in a while when you come around the back side here, you can see some boards propped up against it.
You're quite popular out here, eh?
Up ahead of us is what we call the New Dam. It's also referred to as the Eastwood Dam. John Eastwood was the engineer builder. He built it on time and in budget back in 1911. That cost $138,000 to build. Above the highway, you'll see the ruins to the old dam keeper's house. It's made out of native rock. It blends into those granite boulders up there, but you can make out the walls. And this is where they filmed parts of the first Frankenstein movie with Boris Karloff. This is a part of the movie where the villagers were storming the castle at night. They had a bunch of people scrambling up the side of that hill one evening, carrying torches, climbing over those rocks. He brought Italian masons over. By hand, they drilled holes in the boulders that sat on the canyon wall just on the other side of the new dam. They did what they call plug and feather. They essentially drove wedges into the holes they drilled, split out rock that were 2 feet by 2 feet by 3 feet. They brought them over by cable and barge and placed them into the old dam.
Fire in the hole!
Up the side of the hill.
Wow.
Remember, you got to carry your luggage and groceries in and out with you.
That's great.
Set a goal. He wants to climb the highest peak of each of the 7 continents before he turns 16 years. (11,502 feet high). And it was that heavy winter, I think 2002 and 3. They had about 50 feet of snow up there for the season. And we're coming up to Windy Point. Going across the lake, there's a dirt dam that's about 8 feet high. Built by the guys working on the first dam. They used it to divert water while they were working down in the creek bed, Wyoming.
Nice grass patch.
This cabin coming up here with 7 chimneys on it came on the market a few years back. It is 10,000 square feet. It has 6 bedroom suites, 7.5 bathrooms, a library, study, media room, wine cellar, maid's quarters, 6-car garage, an indoor swimming pool that has its own built-in wet bar. They were asking $5,995,000.
As picky as we are sounding, I think I'd rather have more room. Cheers, guys. Coates Park right there. So now that's my place right there.
Are you moving somewhere without me, babe?
No, that's our place.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that nice? He's got 2 bimini tops on his boat.
was considering opening a cinnamon roll shop.
It's nice and quiet back here.
What is this place called?
Something Lagoon.
Are we up to the bridge yet?
No, no.
Got more yard.
They got some grassy area. Point right here.
We've had 20 sawmills here between Bear Valley and Holcomb Valley over the years. Still one at Fonskin, Peterson Sawmill. But up here at the head of Sawmill Cove, this dark stained log-sided house is the house that Bugs Bunny built. In fact, if you look at the boat out here, it is the Bugs Bunny, that wooden boat over there. This house belonged to Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc, you'll know as the voice behind Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Tasmanian Devil, Tweety Bird.
Oh, he's chatting
This
with
is
him.
Noel Blanc, his son. Hi, Noel.
So who's that guy?
What's that?
Who is that guy out there?
Noel Blanc, Mel Blanc, son. And Mel Blanc, you'll know as the voice behind Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Tasmanian Devil.
That's him right there?
He had some 1,500 character voices he had done over his career for Warner Brothers, and now Noel Blanc, his son, is doing the same thing, some of the same cartoon character voices.
Can he do something for us?
No, they were asking if you could do some impressions for him.
Oh, that is cool.
How is it out there? Nice. Beautiful out here.
He's doing it, though.
Thank you, Noel Blanc.
Hey!
Thank you. He's out here for almost every one of our tours. Sorry I didn't get you in closer.
There's the Family Feud guys' cabin.
They were asking about the house out here on the end of the point. You can no longer see it. It was a white two-story house with dark trim. It belonged to Richard Carnes. Richard Carnes, you would know, is Al Borland on Home Improvement, him the tool man. And it's about 5 years ago. Richard was up here with his family for the entire summer. We saw him almost every day out here. How much does it cost to pierce a pirate's ears?
There's an old boat, honey. Look at that old boat. That's an old classic right there. Gotta finish our beer before we leave the boat.
No problem. Not superstar, but
I have no idea. Mike or something?